Insulation is a very important part of any van conversion, but the problem for me is that it's just not very interesting to do. I've been putting it off for far too long, but now where we've finally got some dry weather, I'm going to get changed, empty the van, and we'll get it sorted. Now that the van's clear, I need to remove the furniture, wall panels and cupboards so I can gain access for the insulation. Now that's only going to take me about 10 minutes. In the meantime, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to my channel below using the subscribe button. It will really help me out, and if you click the bell icon as well, you'll get notified every time I upload. The front third of the bed is actually really easy to remove now. This modification allows me to have maximum legroom when I'm driving and maximum sleeping room when I'm using it in the back. It's perfect and easy to remove as well. I've just got to slide this all the way forward, revealing the release pins on the sliders, click those out and keep sliding it. And then we're free. With all that extra space, I'm free to remove all of the screws holding in the face panel for the offside wall. Last one. Now, this should now allow us to pull this and the top one free. This one's just placed in at the moment, and you know what, I might get away with leaving it like that. When you do have to remove quite big bits of furniture in your van that you don't do very often, it's always a good idea to have a look around and see if your removing of that piece of furniture makes any other tasks easier. And for me, I've got this bit of carpet here that needs to tuck under this bit of flooring, and well, it's pretty impossible to do it with the front third of the bed there. So whilst I'm here, I'm just gonna unscrew this front portion of the floor. There we go. Let's actually try and get it further down like this. I'd rather have it tucked all the way down like this instead of sitting on top of the insulation. I think that's better. Got the panel off, sorted the carpet down there. Now let's get these cupboards out, shall we? I'm going to see if I can leave this one in to start with because it's got the home pod wired in. Let's see how far we can get just by removing the lower two cupboards. Hello. Right. And remove the table. Okay. Now this should pull out. Why is it not pulling out? Oh, look, it's come loose. Okay, whilst I've got everything out the van, I'm going to stick some dodo mat, kill mat, you know, some sound deadening onto the walls of the van. I think it's 30% coverage you need. You don't need to coat the whole wall of the van.
Are you stressed?
Yeah. I'm stressed because I find it difficult to film. Even though I'm happy to be on camera and put my videos on the internet, I can't focus when there's other people turning up and standing around. I need something to they need to be washed, so I won't get very good adhesion. Yeah, this stuff, I think it's because this stuff's way more rigid, turgid. Oh look, I've struck gold. I found some more
There's bits and pieces here.
No, I know. Oh, I've got loads of dodo mat. Great. No, it's
Get
all...
rid of your kill mat.
No!
Right.
Because I don't want the least of the shit stuff. It's Russian. Right, so what am I doing here? I've got some of this, I can't remember what you call it, insulation, the sticky backed closed cell foam, that's what it's called. And there are areas, like up here, where my cupboards are going right up against the wall of the van. So there'd be no point in me putting some of this stuff in because you're squishing it flat and then it loses all of its insulation properties. So what I need to do is here's the top cupboard with the HomePod in it. I just need to take the approximate height of it. So we're going to go with there, just a bit over. Right, so I've worked out the length I want. I'll just use this off-cut of wood, perfect length. It's like I planned that, wasn't it? So I've got the 2 slits I made in the wood, so just line it up. And I've got a pen out here somewhere. It's a Monsieur Bricolage, you know, the French building merchant stores. Monsieur, oh no, I think they're just called bricolage, but even when we were on holiday in France at my uncle's, my dad was always in and out of the, yeah, to do stuff at my uncle's. Oh, thank you, Dan. Oh, thank you, Dan. Ah, thank you, Dan. Just knelt on a screw. Oh. Right, there, and then any other insulation I can shove in these areas, I'll use this stuff here, the recycled plastic insulation, but that I'm going to leave for the moment because I can do that after this panel's gone back on. So we've got that on there. I'm just going to smooth it over the gaps like that. And then down here, I've got the space to get this other stuff in. Right, so now is this stuff the width we want? Because this stuff's going to go here, that's about right. Some overlap's fine. So we want, oh look, we can, oh, this is perfect.
No longer than that.
Why?
Cut it right through. Go straight through the other side. At least to the other side of that upper.
Oh, I see, to here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can have it longer and then I can trim it back if I need to, right?
In fact, you might want some of that sticky insulation on that little bit where your table.
No, it comes right up. Yeah, that's just got to be, but it's all right because it's coming up against this pillar. So that's not the outside edge. I think I'm just going to use some of that, a bit overkill, but it's what I've got to hand. And I know for a fact, well, Dan knows for a fact that the cheaper stuff...
It's useless.
What happened again, Dan?
Your roof lining falls down as you're driving.
Yeah. Just going to overlap that a little. And then I'm going to nip out the van to do this. So that is going to just pop in here like this. And we want it, well, I'll tuck it all the way around and then I can remove it if it's in the way. So we've got this bit sorted. I can deal with this bit afterwards. I'm now got to insulate in here. Let's get make sure the cable's out of the way. Now, I think I do 2 layers. Well, no, there's no point in doing 2 layers because you don't benefit if it's 1 layer in the other place. If I was doing a big van, I would think about this more, but in this kind of van conversion, you can't ever get it fully insulated everywhere. So there's no point in having one really warm bit and then, so that's, because I can push this along until it stops. Yeah, I'll do it in 2 bits. So that there. Okay, and I'm going to go and spray that. Slay?
Slay.
I'm slaying right now. Excellent. Right, insulation's in. Let's get the boxes back in. I went ahead and finished off the rest of the insulation off camera because, well, I think you probably get the gist by now. It's simply a case of clearing a space, choosing the correct type of insulation and sticking it on. So, as I say, off camera I put some behind here. I'm not going to take that off now. It's more faff that I don't need. And I also put some behind this wall. And the only bit left to do is down in here, but I'm going to leave that until I finalise everything electrical. Now, I guess the next thing to do is stay in the van and see if it makes a difference. It should do. I mean, even small things like having carpet on this door versus not yet on this door makes quite a difference in terms of the temperature. So the insulation should go some way to improving the temperature inside the van. I'd like to put a diesel heater in here at some point, but for now this will have to do. You're probably wondering when this van's going to get finished, if ever. And I promise you, it is getting so close now. I just haven't had the weather, you know, since mid-October. The weather turned. We had a nice October, and then it's just basically been torrential rain and with a bit of snow in between. But the next video on the channel is going to be this roll-up blind made from the same carpet that I've done the walls that aren't covered in wood. And I've sewn this myself, and it rolls up, and then I've just got some old hairbands that I can do this and click in place, and there you go. There's a window, a blind, that when it's down, it is going to keep some of the heat in, and most importantly, it gives you a bit of privacy and blocks any outgoing light. So if you're in here, once this bit's closed off as well, if you're in the van with the lights on, no one can know if you're being quiet. So that's in the next video. The video after that, I think I'm going to do this blind here, or maybe I'll combine them into one video. And then after that, I'm going to do a sort of overview of what's left to do. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.